Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to the 100-Line Last Defense Academy. I am very excited because we are going all the way back to choosing... Wait, what? Oh, yeah, this is still locked. I don't know why this murder mystery route is still locked. Okay. So we are going all the way back. Does this make me feel like I'm almost halfway through the game? Because now we're going to the Eito alive side. You know what? I've missed this psycho. It'll be nice to see him again. All right, let's go. Let's see what happens. We haven't seen Eito in forever. Who is this guy? Completely forgot. It is very... So, one thing I'm gonna say is that, first of all, if you're jumping into the series here, there's gonna be a lot of things that I say that probably don't make any sense at all. Secondly, I do not know, and we'll probably figure out as we go through these routes, if the kill Eito side and the let him live side are like all just one big, like, things that happened. Like, is the Hiii still in our brain? Is the main question I have. Is the alien thing still in our brain? Or is it only certain triggers that get it into our brain? Like, was it only in our brain during the slasher route because the other side of that route is like basically we have been told that Takumi is basically like doing Steins Gate, but he doesn't have reading Steiner. So he is doing all of these routes. He's not just going back, and which is what we thought. We thought that he was, from his perspective, he was just doing one route, right? From our perspective, we're seeing everything, but I think that he is doing every single route, if that's the Hiii thing kind of told us that. But I'm gonna go in with the Eito alive route with kind of like a clean slate. And if we're shown things that kind of match with things from the other side, then we can puzzle it together from there. But let's let him live. We haven't seen this guy in a long time. Eito! I forgot his voice. I did like a... No, I'm not going to kill you, Eito. What? I think it was kind of like that. You may be totally insane, but you're still human. Not to mention you're defenseless now. Even in an extreme situation like this, killing you would be going too far. It's not a step I'm prepared to take. Oh, Sire. So, and also in the kill Eito route, Takumi was apparently the one that killed Sire. Just what do you propose we do with him then? Lock him up. Keep him somewhere we can keep an eye on him until the 100 days are up. You're such a softie, Samino. With an attitude like that, you're going to have trouble dealing with whatever comes next. I already know what's coming next. Believe me, I've taken that all into account. Well, you did save my life and all, so I guess I owe you one. It's all the same if we win the war, right? Isn't that what everyone on the artificial satellite wants? You know about that too, huh? All right. Where are we going to put him? We can use the cages in the courtyard. How long is Sire gonna last in this route? I was kind of planning on waiting until day 50 to give you access to that area. But needs must be when the devil drives. So that's your decision? To lock Outski in one of our cages? Yes. I won't kill you, Eito. But you're a prisoner now. Stay out of trouble until the war is over. That's so funny. You know what I am and what I'm planning, but you're still going to let me live. You're a really nice guy, Takumi. Really, just too nice. Of course, you still look like a hideous monstrosity. It's enough. Fine. I'll be a good little prisoner and stay in my cage. It's not like I can fight back anymore. We'd better get right to it then. Today's eyes flashed red again. Beep. You have your own personal drones? Oh, you mean you never saw me use these? Guess you wouldn't if I got killed on day 2. The nerve of this guy cutting down a superior officer before I even have a chance to throw my weight around. Quit griping. Go get him, locked up safely. You're the boss.
Takumi-kun, mata ne.
Oh, I missed him. This crazy psycho. Today secured the injured Eito to his drones and took... I can't see, Nami's in the screen. Even after they left, I couldn't get Eito's deranged laughter out of my mind. I didn't regret my decision, but it unsettled me all the same. Also, we'll have to see if, like, Hiroko is being weird. Do you think this has changed the future? Yes, I'm sure of it. Sade is alive and Eito won't be able to sabotage us like he did before. Things will play out a lot differently now. I hope so. How are you going to explain this to the others? Will you tell them how you came back to redo the past? I haven't really thought about that yet. The team that's here now aren't the same people I fought alongside before. From their point of view, we've only just met. If I start talking about coming from the future, they'll probably think I'm crazy. What would you do? Do you think I should tell them? Even with your powered-up cryptoglobin and foreknowledge, you can't win this war all on your own. You'll need to work together to give mankind a brighter future. I'm gonna do the opposite, if I have a choice, of whatever Fireboy tells me, because I feel like Fireboy is like the best ending, and I don't want the best ending right away. Hearing about everything you've experienced is bound to have a profound effect on them. Maybe it'll convince some of the more reluctant members to join the fight. Although I can't say for sure if that will be a good thing. Why's that? The more everyone's actions and attitudes change, the more things will deviate from the future you know. If you change too much, you won't be able to predict what will happen as easily as before. Right. And I've already changed a lot just by coming here. You could probably help the others avoid making the same mistakes as before without telling them everything. Of course, there's no way of knowing if that's the right choice. You'll have to figure it out for yourself. You're the one that has to make the hard decisions now, Takumi. He didn't really tell us one way. You'll be the one who decides what form the future takes. You're right. The future is in my hands now. I'll stand by my choices no matter what happens, or what I have to sacrifice. Sacrifice. I was surprised to hear myself talk like that. But it was the truth. Making one choice, creating one future, would sacrifice the other. Like how I left everyone behind in the original timeline to come here. Or how I held Eito's life in my hands just a few moments ago. My actions could have serious consequences. I'd have to remember that going forward. There's no such thing as a perfect choice that will fix everything. But I think that's all the more reason to pick what you consider to be the right choice. He seems much happier now that we haven't slaughtered somebody. Without another word, the ghost boy disappeared. The right choice, huh? Am I gonna be just an absolute dick and actually choose the right, you know, out of right and left? Choose the right choice? I'll do it. I'll figure out the right choices and guide us all toward a happy ending. Look, I actually thought the killing game route was a pretty decent happy ending. I mean, like, a lot of people died, but like, a lot of people lived and we went back and, you know, apparently got apartment, I don't know, with Tsubasa. And so my second attempt at my second day at Last Defense Academy drew to a close. Is Sade still going to die? Is the very big question.
So?
Because I would think if we had the gi in our brain still, that he would die. Okay, day 3. The first time around, Sade got everyone to come to the war room so he could tell us the truth about the war. Everyone's probably there now. It's weird. I feel a little nervous. They all mean so much to me, but I'm practically a stranger to them. This is going to be interesting. I think I'm not going to tell them if I have a choice. Huh? Everyone's here. Today, Hiroko and Ima too. I knew they would be, but I wasn't prepared for how it would make me feel. It's so weird seeing them alive again. Eito's not here. What's taking him so long?
Huh?
Maybe he overslept? You should go give him a wake-up call, Mr. Medical. Why me? Go wake him up yourself. Don't you worry about Aotsuki. He's unable to attend today. Unable? Oh, I get it. He's locked himself in his room. Honestly, I don't blame him. I'm still having trouble coming to terms with all this. I know none of it feels real. Oh, I'm sorry for having the audacity to speak without someone hitting me first. Come on, Side. Let's get this started. You're not gonna weasel out of it this time. Tell us the truth about this war. Before I do that, I'd like to ask you all something. Last night, did you notice any kind of irregularity in your bodies? Huh? Irregularity in our bodies? The moment everyone heard that, their faces went pale. I didn't want to mention it, but sometime after I went to bed, I got hot and feverish all of a sudden. For real? The same thing happened to me. And me? It happened shortly after I climbed into bed with my dear sister. We don't always sleep together. You only did it to help me calm down. Since then, I've been totally amped. It's like I've had 50 million energy drinks or something. Yeah, same here. Feels like some kind of new power welling up inside me. Oh, me too. It's the same for all of us. What was that feeling exactly? The ghost boy was right. My cryptoglobin powered everyone up. Side, did you do something to us? Sorry, but it wasn't me this time. Somebody else was responsible. Sade turned around and gave me an expectant look. Everyone followed his gaze. They were all staring at me now. Huh? What's Takumi got to do with it? What's the meaning of this? Are you saying Takumi did this? No way. How could a shrimpy little Don't even talk about that. You're shorter than me. I really don't want to hear that from you. Thank you. You see, this Takumi Sumino, oh, we don't have a choice, isn't the same Takumi Sumino you all know. Last night, he exposed a traitor in our midst. Eito Aotsuki. A traitor? What do you mean? He was plotting against us. He was going to kill me and sabotage our side's war effort from the inside. What? No freaking way. Why would Eito want to do that? Aotsuki is abnormal. Unbeknownst to us, he was born with a profound hatred for all humanity. He was going to use this opportunity to wipe out the entire species. But if we're gonna start killing each other, he'd have been perfect to have around. But thanks to Sumino's quick thinking and bravery, his plan was exposed and I emerged from the experience unharmed. How heroic. I didn't think you had it in you, Mr. Sumino. Like, not even a little. Well, what did you do with Eito? Is he dead? No, Sumino went all humanitarian on me. So we've locked him in a cage in the courtyard instead. Courtyard cages? I don't remember seeing either of those. Well, I'm glad you didn't kill him. That would have been going too far. Was he really that crazy, though? He looked like he wouldn't hurt a fly. Trust me, if we hadn't stopped him, he'd have messed everything up. How is it that you realized what he was up to? So far as I can see, Eito never said or did anything suspicious until now. Can you explain how you're able to see through him when no one else could? How did you deduce it? Did you find some vital clues we missed? Oh, maybe now. Everyone looked at me again, waiting for an explanation. Looks like I've got another choice to make. We're gonna do whatever's on the right side just to be that person. Should I tell them everything so we can all move forward together? Or should I protect them from the truth and figure out another way to help them? It's all up to me. What do I do here? Actually, I really don't want to tell them to begin with, but we'll see what's on the right side, just to be that person. Oh, look at that! No is on the right side. Bam. Let's do it. Let's choose everything that's on the right side. Just to be that person. They didn't believe me anyway. If I want to get everyone on my side, I should really tell them the truth. But it's not like they'll all believe me. I'm a time traveler right away. Even if they did, that could come with its own problems. If they learn about the future, history will change again.
当然、未来が変わるほど何が起きるか予測するのは難しくなる。
Yeah, we're just gonna be that
未
person
来の
and
こと
choose
は
the
君
right,
の胸に
right
しまって
choice.
おいたまま、みんなを導いていく方法もある。その方が結果的にみんなを正しい未来に導けるかもしれない。
Being able to predict what will happen next is a huge advantage. I didn't want to lose that, especially not if it could help me guide everyone towards a brighter future. With that in mind, I did the only thing I could. Why'd you clam up all of a sudden? Answer us. Don't you know Eito was a traitor? Well, I lied to them. Last night I went to Eito's room to talk to him about what we were going to do here. And I just happened to see his diary left open on his desk. He'd written out his whole plan in it. Oh, that's not what you told. I gave Side a sharp look. I hoped that he would see the message in my eyes. I'll explain later. Anyway, that's how I found out what Eito was up to. Everyone exchanged dubious glances. They clearly weren't sure whether to believe me or not. Well, it's not important how you got this information. What we really need to do is figure out if he really is a traitor or not. Hey, you're right. Let's go hear what Eito has to say about it. I agree with my dear sister. The others nodded in agreement, and they all started filing out of the war room. What? Don't you guys believe me? I mean, they didn't believe the time traveler thing either. Sade ran off after them, leaving just me and Hiroko. For some reason, she was looking at me with an odd, confused expression. Why? She muttered that single solitary word to herself, then left. Did she say why? Why what? Well, whatever. I'd better go after the others myself. If she's hopping around timelines, then she's definitely heard that we've traveled. They said they were going to talk to Eito. That means they're headed for the courtyard. I don't know why I found Side waiting for me in the hallway. I thought about it and realized there was no need for me to get involved. It's no skin off my nose if the others want to get Aotsuki's side of the story. What's he going to tell them? You're being tricked! Sade and Takumi are lying to you! Even if he did say something like that, he's got no evidence to back it up. I, on the other hand, have footage of his sudden change in demeanor and everything he said last night. Let him talk to him if they want. You and I have other things to discuss. Let me guess. You want to know why I didn't tell them the truth? That's right. I explained my thought process to Sade. If everyone found out what was coming, the future would change again. To maintain the advantage my foreknowledge gave me, I decided to keep them in the dark for now. Didn't you come back because you wanted to change the future, though? Yeah, but to a future where all of us survive. If I can't do that, there's no point in any of this. I want to be the light that guides us towards that future. I see. In other words, your ultimate objective is for everyone to watch the final attack together with smiles on their faces, yes? Not exactly. He really couldn't care less about the final attack. But he had the part about everyone being there right. So I just kept quiet and nodded. I like it. Your interests and mine match up perfectly. I don't like that. So what do you say we work together? I'll keep it a secret from the others that you came from the future. If it'll help the Special Defense Unit function more efficiently, I'm more than happy to practice a little deception. Thanks, I appreciate it. One more thing. How much do you know about our mission here exactly? And so I told Sade how things went down during my original 100 days at the Academy. Starting with what happened when I went to second to last Defense Academy and met Nigo and the other team members. Then the revelations that followed: World Death, Crypto Globe, and the Exodus Project, and the artificial satellite. And of course, the fact that the boy made of undying flames we'd spoken with last night was what, or rather who, was in the defense room. I told him more or less everything I knew. The only thing I left out was what I learned about Nozomi, The secrets she'd shared the first time were between her and me. I see. And is that all? Is that all? You mean there's more? Well, no, of course not. You've already learned a crazy about her stuff. That's enough, isn't it? Actually, there was still something that was bothering me.
そうだね。それが君たちの考える真実だったね。
Oh man, it's been so long since we went on the original path. Anyway, I better get going. I'll pretend like we never had this conversation. Oh, sneaky-like. Sneaky, incognito, reliable, ethical, inside man. That's me. Today hurried away looking more suspicious than sneaky. Do I really not know the whole truth yet? Was Eito right? Well, even if he was, it's no use asking him now. This version of him has only been here for 3 days. He doesn't know all the things he told me in the defense room back then. You don't know that. Still, though, maybe I'll go talk to him anyway. Everyone else is probably there already. Oh, hey, Takumi. Eito fessed up already. He told us everything. Yeah, he said we look like a bunch of freaky monsters to him. For me, that's actually a compliment. Practically a promotion, in fact. Most of the time I bore the level of something a monster would leave in its litter box. Your monster poop? Well, that's interesting in a whole different way. His hatred of mankind seems to be the real deal at any rate. He even said we should all be destroyed. It all lines up with you and Sade told us. What are we gonna do with him now? Chuck him in a barrel of used needles and see what he catches? What do you think we should do, Hiroko? Oh yes, you've been awfully quiet today, Miss Shizuhara. Something on your mind? No, not really. So she's definitely jumping around already. I wonder if she had been jumping around since the beginning. Hiroko's eyes darted towards me, almost like she was watching to see how I'd handle this. I'll go along with whatever you say, Mistress Hiroko. Would you like his appendix? I'll bring it to you on a silver platter. Why just the appendix? I'll leave the decision to Takumi. Huh? You're the one who stopped Eito last night. You could have killed them then, but you didn't. I can only assume you had a good reason for sparing him. Honestly, I don't think I did. It just didn't feel right to kill another human being in cold blood. I don't know, though. Was that really all there was to it? I know an insignificant pile of monster poop like me has no right to weigh in on this. But I think we should let Eito live too. He seems really smart. So if we play our cards right, he might be useful to us. You gotta respect life too. Even soup stock carries a soul and the veggies used to make it. I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, I agreed on letting Eito live then. He shouldn't be a threat as long as he stays in the cage. It's got some kind of weird tech to negate his powers. So we don't get to rip out his appendix. If this were a killing game, he'd be a perfect candidate for the first murder victim. The matter was decided. Eito would be kept in his cage in the courtyard from now on. As the others left, no one spared a word for the prisoner himself. All they gave him was brief glares of contempt. Takumi, you did come here from the future, didn't you? You seem intent on hiding it now, but that's what's going on here, isn't it? You were keeping it secret from the others. It's okay. You don't have to explain why. I can figure that part out for myself. Unlike the rest of them, I'm not an idiot. Fair. Did they tell me your story about reading your plan in your diary? Oh, yes. I could tell right away that you made up some excuse. So I went along with it. I told them I really did keep a diary, and that I'd written down my plan to kill Sade in it. I played the part perfectly, if I do say so myself. Why, though? What's your angle? What indeed? Maybe I just didn't want them let them in on the truth. What really happened that night is a secret between you and me now. Technically, today and the creature wreathed in flames know too, but still. In other words, he saw an opportunity and took it. He's holding on to this information until he can use it to his advantage. Speaking of that thing made of undying flames. Stop right there. I don't have to tell you anything. I'm asking the questions here. The you I fought in the future said you'd learn the truth about this war. A truth not even I knew. Do you have any idea what that could have meant? I'm not the same person you knew in that timeline. I'm as clueless as you are. Not that I wouldn't like to know why humanity is forging such an abhorrent war. Of course, you could tell me that yourself, couldn't you? I left without saying more. I looked back just once. Eito was watching me intently, his eyes alight with intelligence and malice. That afternoon, after lunch, we made our way to the war room to speak with Tisere. Never did get a chance to get you to spill the beans about the truth this morning. You are going to tell us, aren't you? No. When we asked yesterday, you said it wasn't something you could decide on your own.
Which means there's someone above you calling the shots, right?
Yes, but don't sweat it. I got permission. I'll tell you everything.
All right, then.
No time like the present, I say. Go ahead and tell us. What's going on here? Today nodded and began his explanation. None of it was new information to me, though. It was the same stuff I'd learned during my first 100 days. World Death, Cryptoglobe and the Exodus Project, the artificial satellite. The boy made of undying flames and his physical body in the defense room. The existence of Second to Last Defense Academy and the 5 other fighters there. It all felt so familiar. There was nothing there to surprise or unnerve me. Everybody else was just as shocked as I expected, though. When it was all done, they stood there dumbfounded, trying in vain to take it all in. By the time Sade had finished his explanation, a whole day had passed us by.
So, what exactly does all that mean for us? Ain't you listening? We're about to hold a killing game, duh. Nobody said anything about that.
In other words, we need to defend this school for the next 97 days. When we do that, the missiles that the baby has been charging up will be launched. One final attack to wipe out all remaining life.
Including the invaders. And that'll stop world death once and for all. It's basically like winning a killing game on a worldwide MMO scale. But we ain't gonna get caught up in it ourselves.
Right before the attack, we'll board an escape pod. And take off into outer space. And we'll join the rest of humanity back on the artificial satellite. I knew you guys will get it. How could you not when I explained it so well? For some reason, Hiroko remained silent through all this. She refused to make eye contact with any of us. It seemed like she was thinking hard about something. And this explanation has helped elevate your will to fight to a whole new level, am I right?
Hell yeah, I'm ready for this. Let's kill us a whole bunch of invaders. Yeah, you convinced me. If it means making it back to the satellite alive, then I'm in.
I'll give it my best shot. I might need a couple of barf bags, though.
I'll fight too.
I'll do whatever it takes to protect my dear brother. What? What's he still doist? Don't try to stop me. You can say what you want, but my mind's made up. I don't think I've ever heard you speak so forcefully. I guess that's that, then.
How about you, Shoma?
Honestly, I don't think a festering dung beetle like me will be any real use. But I felt this weird surge of power pulsing through my body last night. I feel like I've ascended to the level of, I don't know, a festering stag beetle?
Yeah, man, that's a spirit. Takumi, Hiroko, you two have been fighting right from the start, so I guess there's no point in asking you, huh?
We'll be fighting with the full team in our next defensive battle, then.
Seems that way. Let's all work together and wipe out those rotten invaders.
Ooh, I'm really feeling it now. Come on, let's do a motivational cheer to celebrate. All together now. It's so wholesome, I can't stand it. What? Unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately, I didn't get caught up in the pep rally mood Sure had going on. In my last timeline, Gaku, Tsubasa, Shoma, and the twins hadn't made up their minds to fight until much later. Had hearing the truth really motivated them that much? Or did their sudden boost in power have more to do with it, like in Shoma's case? Was the juiced-up cryptoglobin flowing through them giving them more confidence than before? Either way, I was grateful. I wouldn't have to convince them to fight all over again. At the same time, though, this could mean history would change again, deviating from the future I knew even more. When I thought of it that way, I couldn't help feeling uneasy. I felt an intense gaze on me. I looked around and locked eyes with Hiroko. She was looking back at me, also with a weirdly uneasy look on her face. The meeting in the war room came to a close. After a somber late dinner, the others decided to turn in for the night. I did the same and returned to my room. I laid down on my bed to just space out for a while, but then I got up and went to the door to greet my late-night visitor. Hiroko, what's up? I wanted to ask you about something. Oh? What is it? After we spoke to Eito in the courtyard, I went back to his room. I searched it from end to end, but I didn't find any diary. You've been lying to us, haven't you? What? Me lying? I don't know what you're talking about. You're from the future. You traveled back in time somehow and ended up here. That's how you really knew what Eito was up to. Am I wrong? Being confronted with the truth so abruptly threw me for a loop. My face tensed up and my palms began to sweat. How can you possibly know that? I realized too late that I shouldn't have said that. It was practically admitting she was right. Hiroko must have realized it too, although in her case she seemed to relax a little. I thought so. Well, that's all I wanted to know. I'll be going now. You are so frustrating. Hey, come back! Tell me what this is all about. I knew you were acting weird today. Ever since yesterday when I lied to the others, actually. When they all left, you stayed behind and you asked why. You didn't look happy either. What did you mean by that? Just how much do you know anyway? She's so frustrating. She literally pretty much let everybody die because she didn't say anything in the slasher route. Hiroko didn't answer. She just looked away. Her brows were furrowed and she was biting her lip in thought. We stood there in silence for a while until she gave a sigh and spoke up again. Let me sleep on it. I'll tell you everything tomorrow, if I don't change my mind before then. You will? No, she won't. Yes. But I'll tell you one thing right now. Two, in fact. Keeping your time travel secret from the others was probably the right choice. The same goes for not killing Eito. Oh? Huh? Until tomorrow, then. Did I accidentally choose the right choice? The right choice. With that, Hiroko left the room, leaving me alone with my confusion and angst.
Sewing.
Now that you have your breakfast, I have two very important announcements to make. Announcements? First of all, I've decided to give you the run of the school. Every classroom is now unlocked. I'd originally planned to open them up little by little, but I was really touched by your show of determination yesterday. Consider this your reward.
Some dibs on first try in the guillotine room.
Whatever that is, we don't have one here.
What about the second announcement?
In order to make you a more efficient fighting unit, you need a team leader.
Yeah.
The invaders are commander, so we should have one too. And the position goes to...
Seriously, you want me to be the leader?
Nobody said anything yet. Yes, besides, it's Sumino. Huh? Me? You expose the traitor in our midst and save your commanding officer from a terrible fate. You've also demonstrated your ability to rally others behind you. Your personality makes you a perfect candidate, too. What do you guys think? Any objections?
I think it's a good idea. Good. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I'll cast my vote for Takumi, too. Although in my case, it's probably only worth 0.00001% of a normal vote.
It's always the Red Ranger that leads the team in those hero shows. Takumi's got red hair, so he should do fine.
Yeah.
Well, my sister and I dress in red too, but Mr. Sumino's probably the better choice.
I had a vision that this would happen. Takumi will lead us all to the brighter future. Fine, if that's how you all feel, I'll step down and let Takumi take over. I'm more the cool outsider type anyway.
How about you, Shizuhara? Hideko took a moment to think about it before answering. I have no reason to oppose this decision. Good enough for me. Takumi Sumino, I hereby confer upon you the position of captain of the Special Defense Unit. I expect you to help your team members grow and lead them all toward a spectacular victory.
What was I supposed to say? Thanks, but no thanks? I don't think anyone would have let me weasel out of it like that. Instead, I resigned myself to the inevitable and nodded. Yeah, okay, I'll do my best. I mumbled a half-assed acceptance. Everyone said things like, "Nice to meet you, Captain," or "Don't let us down, Captain." I think they were just teasing me, though. After a few slaps on the back, they filed out of the cafeteria. Last to leave was Hideko. I hurried over to her before she could get out the door. Hideko, wait! What is it? What do you think it is? We're supposed to talk. You told me you'd tell me what you've been hiding today. I don't remember making any such promise. I told you. What? I said I'd tell you everything if I didn't change my mind. I thought about it last night, and unfortunately for you, I did change my mind. You've got to be kidding me. I have never kidded anyone in my entire life. Hideko pushed her glasses up the bridge of her nose for emphasis. She looked tired out somehow. I thought you were on my side. Your side? You didn't object when Sade made me captain. That doesn't mean I approve of you. I just thought that if you were leading the team, it would make things easier for me. Much better to have a figurehead in place so no one will bother me. A figurehead? In other words, you're a puppet leader. You could have just taken the position yourself. I'm really not the type to take the lead. Besides, I've seen this play out before. What are you talking about? Forget about what I said last night. Just move forward and do whatever you believe is best.
You are literally the worst person to be like skipping world lines. You don't even help. All you do is suck. With that, Hideko turned and left. The clacking of her heels echoed through the cafeteria, down the halls, and eventually faded away completely. You would think the person that jumped from the future, who has also witnessed this shit, would believe you. Unless she thinks he might have a gi in his head. Which, once again, I say, if she thinks that, why wouldn't she tell him? Literally got, like, everybody killed. I couldn't stop thinking about what Hideko had said. How did she know I traveled back in time? She told me to forget about it, but that was easier said than done. I couldn't focus on anything else. My mind kept drifting back to this mystery. I needed to get the truth out of her. There had to be a way to convince her to tell me what she knew. Having decided that, I wandered all around the school looking for her. By the time I actually found her, the sun had already started to sink below the western horizon. I found Hideko in the war room. Sade was there too. They hadn't noticed me, but seemed to be talking about something serious. I hid behind a nearby pillar, hoping I could listen in on them. In the end, I couldn't hear a thing. If those two were talking in secret, it must be about something important. What were they keeping from me? I was getting more and more curious. I cupped my hand around my ear, but all I could hear was the pulse and the electronic buzzing of the nearby machinery. Damn it. Cursing wouldn't help, I knew that. All I could do was watch them as they carried on their mysterious conversation. I must have stood there like that for a pretty long time. Eventually, Sade handed Hiroko something. It was small and fit into the palm of her hand. I couldn't make out what it was from there. Did she get some kind of allowance from him? No, it couldn't be. Whatever it was, Hiroko slipped it into her clothes and left the war room. Sade followed suit a little while after. All that time, and I still didn't find out anything useful. What could Hiroko have been talking to Sade about? And what was that thing he gave her? I should go after her. I still have so many questions I need answering. It was past 11 p.m. by the time I headed back to the roof. I was still reluctant to give up and go to bed, though, so I decided to knock on Hiroko's door instead. But when I got there... There was no one there. It was like Hiroko had disappeared completely. This is ridiculous. Just where did you go? As I stood there wondering to myself, I heard a noise. It sounded like propellers? I looked over the railing and down into the schoolyard. There, hovering near the wall of fire, was a drone with a fire extinguisher mounted to it. And standing next to it... Hiroko! Hiroko activated the extinguisher and created a hole in the wall. She stepped through it and out into the night. Where's she running off to now? I scrambled down the stairs, hoping it wasn't too late. I arrived in the entrance hall, and sure enough, one of the fire extinguishers was missing. I grabbed the remaining one and headed outside. Once I was past the wall, I walked around for a while, but didn't see any trace of Hiroko. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. She could be anywhere out here. But now that I'd come this far, I couldn't just give up. Between what she told me last night and her conversation with Sade today, Hiroko had a lot of explaining to do. I wanted to know why she was wandering off school grounds at night too. Just what is she up to? Still glancing around, I made my way down a narrow alley between two crumbling old buildings. That's when I saw it. As I was turning the corner, I caught sight of someone. They were a pretty long distance away. It was dark too, so I couldn't make out many details. But even from behind, it was obvious enough who it was. Hiroko. She was standing outside the entrance to a building on the edge of the town ruins. It didn't look like a house. It was probably some kind of office or facility. She looked around her one last time before slipping inside and disappearing from view. I hurried after her. What is this place? Guess I'll head inside. This isn't the building we murdered people in. This is different. That was like a nice little cottage. I went through the entrance gate and headed toward the main building. I opened the door as slowly and quietly as I could and went inside. Right away, I noticed that one of the doors in the hall was slightly ajar, and light was spilling out from the room beyond. I crept closer and peered through. What the? My hand shot up to cover my mouth. I'd almost said that out loud. Hiroko was in there, all right, but she hadn't noticed I was here yet. I noticed some kind of large machine casing a few feet away from the door. I darted in and snuck behind it. With a sigh of relief, I took another look around the room. It was packed with weird-looking machinery, most of it rusting or broken. Maybe this was a research lab once? Doesn't look like it's been used in a long time. I poked my head out from my hiding place to see what Hiroko was doing. She seemed to be operating one of the machines, pausing every now and then to adjust her glasses. That should do it. Now... She walked over to a giant locker and pulled the door open. Inside were, well, there were some kind of all-body suits, like what deep-sea divers or astronauts would wear. There were several hanging in that locker, more than 10 at least. There were helmets too, old-timey, heavy-looking ones. Hiroko grabbed a suit and helmet and took them out of her locker. Wait, she's not going to change right here, is she? That's how she knew where to get the suit. The thought of being here while she got undressed got me really excited and nervous. Luckily, or unluckily, she didn't actually strip down, but put the suit on over her clothes. That tells us for sure that this is the sponsor murder person is from our side. There, ready to go. I'm running out of time. If I don't make the leap soon. Did she say leap? What was that all about? At the back of the room was a control console of some kind. Hideko walked up to it and brought her fist down on a big red button. That done, she stepped up to the circular platform next to the machine. She got to the center of it and stood there. Then particles of light started to fill the space around her. She's leaping word lines. Huh? Wait a minute. What the heck? I had no idea what was going on. But my pulse was racing. My mind was drawing a complete blank. There was just one thought in my head. One thought and a rising sense of panic. Hideko was going to disappear. I'd never see her again. Couldn't let that happen. Is he gonna...
Shizara!
Oh god. He's gonna go with her. I'm not really sure what happened after that. But when I came to, I was on the floor and Hideko was holding me in her arms. What the hell happened to your face? Because you didn't have the suit on. At least I think it was Hideko. She had a helmet on, so I couldn't tell for sure. The next moment, though, that question was answered. It was muffled, but it was unmistakably Hideko's voice. I felt a wave of relief wash over me, followed by a sharp pain. She didn't answer, and because of the helmet, I could see what kind of expression she had on her face.
聞きたいことがあったからだ。100個ぐらい。今は200個に増えたけど。
頭の方は大丈夫みたいね。体の方は？
全身が麻痺して動けない。それに悪寒がひどいし、吐き気もする。
吐くなら私が言ってからにして。
Wait, so does that mean the sponsor could be Hideko? I can't remember if she was dead or not. No, she was dead. She died, never mind. In the killing game.
どうして戻るのか。
ああ、もう時間がないのよ。すでに午前0時を回ってる。
ってことは今の日付は
5日目よ。正確に言うとね。
5日目の朝になる前の深夜か。
Wait, if she has to use this time leap, or if she has to use this parallel leap machine, how does she do that when she dies?
だから何？どうでもいいやりとりで時間を浪費させないでくれる？とにかく私はもう行くから。あなたはここで休んでて。いい？一歩も動いちゃダメよ。分かったわね。
Hideko stepped away from me and made her way to the nearby locker. Not the locker she'd taken the leap suit from, a different one. She opened the door, revealing 2 drones, both fitted with fire extinguishers. Huh? 2? That didn't seem right. If Hideko used one of them to leave the school, where did the other one come from? And left the extinguisher I used outside. Leaning against a wall, I couldn't have ended up in here somehow, could it? While I was still trying to make sense of everything, Hideko grabbed one of the machines and rushed out the door, still wearing her leap suit. After lying there for a while, the feeling started coming back to my legs. Pretty soon I was able to move around again and got to my feet. I'm still in the same place I was before, right? It looks the same anyway. What happened when I dove into that circle of light after Hideko? And how long did I black out for? It didn't feel like very long, a minute at most. What could have happened during that minute? No use thinking about it now. I should go after Hideko. I went to the locker and took out the extinguisher drone. The pain hadn't completely faded yet, but I pushed through it and made my way outside. I'm curious. I'm very curious. I knew where Hideko was going. She told me herself, back to the academy. I still didn't get why, though. Hideko had left the school in the dead of night, went to a weird research lab, then went right back to the school again. What was she doing? What was it all for? I kept pondering these questions as I made my way through the ruins. Eventually, I came in sight of familiar territory, Last Defense Academy, standing there just like I'd left it. Is he gonna see himself? Now where's Hideko? I'm just gonna see if there's a morgue? Oh my gosh, if this is one of the Eito dead timelines, I'm gonna be like, ooh. Huh? Isn't this classroom usually locked? It looks like I can get inside now. Huh? What is that? Several desks were lined up in the strange classroom, and there was something lying on top of one of them. Is it Eito? This would be really cool if it is. Something vaguely human-shaped under a white sheet. I slowly walked up to it, grabbed the white sheet, and pulled it off. Yo!
Aotsuki! そんな嘘だろ。
This is so much better that I did those side routes. Why is she here then?
監禁されてたはず。なのにどうしてなんで青月が死んでるんだ。
But before I could do anything, a loud noise erupted from somewhere else in the school. It sounded like it came from above me. Confused and bewildered, I rushed into the hall and up the stairs. I mean, actually the sponsor still could be Hideko. Why? I don't know. When I got to the third floor, I heard the noise again. Because if she's world jumping, there'd be two of her. It's coming from the infirmary. Where am I? Somebody was collapsed in one... Sorry. Somebody was collapsed in one corner of the room. She still had the weird suit on, but her helmet was gone now. I could see her face clearly. It was Hideko. I scrambled over to her and propped her up, just like she'd done for me earlier.
おい、大丈夫か、静原。しっかりしろ。
I shook her shoulders and her eyelids fluttered open. When she saw me, her eyes went wide with shock. And then for some reason, she kicked me in the stomach. Went flying like a rag doll. I smacked into a corpse recovery drone and it fell to the ground with a clatter. And that wasn't the end of it either. When I looked up, Hideko was standing right in front of me. She reached down and began squeezing my neck hard. It felt like she was trying to wrench my head clean off.
おい、どうしたんだよ、静原。やめてくれ。
I tried to pry her hands off me, but it wasn't strong enough. Whatever happened in the research facility had taken too much of a toll on me.
頼む、静原。このままじゃマジで。
Never got to finish. The next moment, I blacked out completely. I don't know how much time passed after that. My consciousness drifted back at some point for a little while. Everything was still kind of fuzzy, though. My vision was blurry. It was hard to make out what was going on around me. But I had the vague impression of someone standing in front of the revival-matic. It was Hiroko. There was a corpse recovery drone on the floor next to her. Was somebody inside? I really couldn't tell from where I was. I tried to sit up, but in the state I was in, I couldn't even lift my head up. So I just laid there and watched. So Gi data could definitely still be in our brain, by the way. The last thing I saw was the recovery drone getting sucked into the larger machine. And then everything went black again. So interesting. The next time I woke up, it was a lot more sudden and more violent. I was on my feet, forced to stand with my arms held behind my back. Don't tell me. Was all that just an act? People do tell me I have a talent for inhabiting a character. Sure fool me. It's me. I was Hiroko all along.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I looked over at the revival-matic. It was empty and the drone from before was gone. I only wish this was just a play. Then maybe we could rewrite the script so I wouldn't make such a terrible mistake. A mistake? I couldn't save him. I had no idea what Hiroko was talking about, but it felt like it would be a bad idea to press her on it. Her voice was small and fragile in a way I hadn't heard before. Well, we're done here. Let's get going. Huh? We're going back. Back to where we belong. So confused. Wait. Tell me what is going on. Why are we going back there? You mean the lab? This is some kind of research facility, right? Just what kind of research do they do here? Hiroko wouldn't answer me. She just kept going, leaving me no choice but to follow her. What is that? Just talk to us, you stupid woman. He's literally seen it now. Hiroko, please tell me what's going on. I'm so lost. It's bad enough that we're in this weird lab. But also, I saw a body back at this pool. A body? Yeah, it was Eito. I saw him with my own two eyes. He was in the classroom on the second floor. He'd been drained. He was just a dried up husk. I see. Is that all? Aren't you shocked by that? Not especially. Seriously? Hiroko turned away, shutting down any further conversation. Oh, annoying. Just stay here. Okay. She began flipping switches and turning dials on different pieces of machinery around the room. I trailed after her, asking question after question. She ignored me and just kept working. Then she opened up the large locker. Put this on. That was the most she said to me in a while. Well, how do you like it? You called this a leap suit, right? See how it adjusted to fit your height? That's one of its special functions. It will automatically shrink or stretch to fit the dimensions of whoever wears it. You know what? That could actually answer, like, you know how we get knocked out and then, like, nothing bad happens to us? It could be literally Takumi, Hiroko, whatever. In the suits. It's not like I'm insecure about being short or anything. Well, we should get going. Why? I don't get it. If you're trying to change things, why did you skip to another world and then just go back? Hideko stepped away from me. She pressed the red button on the control console and stepped out onto the round platform like I'd seen her do before. Come on, hurry! She barked an order at me and I instinctively complied. It'll start any moment now. What will? 3, 2, 1. World jumping makes things so freaking confusing. So confusing. Literally endless possibilities of stuff when you add time looping, world jumping, all that stuff. It's done. Huh? Let's head back. What? Back where? Are we going to go through this every time? Where else would we be going back to? Hideko stepped off the platform and hung up her leap suit in the locker. I did the same, still totally at a loss about what was going on. Threatened to just, like, blow it up. Don't tell anyone what you've seen here today. You understand what will happen if you do, don't you? Behind her glasses, her eyes were filled with murderous intent. I gulped nervously and nodded. It was around 4 a.m. when we got back to the school, and still dark. My list of questions I wanted to ask Hideko was fast approaching 300, but I didn't have the energy to bring any of them up. My body got put through the ringer at the lab and then kicked and strangled shortly after. It was no wonder I was exhausted. She still hasn't apologized for any of that. Oh well. Only one thing to do now. I went back to my room and fell onto my bed. All of a sudden, I felt more tired than I had in a long time. I allowed myself to relax and soon fell into a deep, deep sleep. Well, with that... This game is so interesting. Oh, sorry, sweetheart. Alright, well, we're gonna save the game here, and we'll continue this next time. It's really interesting to think, like, if you start by saving Eito's life, like, clearly I know that we leapt because, 1, Hideko told us, and 2, in one of the routes, and 2, I know exactly where we were. We were on the other side of the timeline, which means there could still be Giib data in our brain. But it's just very interesting to think that if you, like, started with this, you would be so freaking confused. I know. It's very interesting. Many ways you can experience this game. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, my lovely bunny friends, and I'll see you next time.